Good morning, my friends, and welcome to a daily dose of inspiration. There's an old tale told about an older Jewish woman who calls her children, and she says, Dad and I have been talking. Though we've been married for 60 years, we've decided we're going to separate, we're going to get a divorce. To which her children on the other line say, "You can't do this, Mom. Don't do anything till we get there. Let us come down there. Let us talk to you." She puts the phone down and she looks at her husband. She says, "Okay, I think the kids are going to be coming home for Passover." One of the challenges that many people faced during this current pandemic is, of course, the sense of isolation, being alone, especially with Passover coming. Many people used to having friends, family together, family traveling from other places, and many people are going to find themselves alone. And for many people, this is not only a challenge, for many people, this is actually tragic. There are people, unfortunately, that are in the hospital very sick. Their loved ones can't be there with them, advocating for them and being there with them, comforting them. Unfortunately, we've seen situations tragically where people have died alone in the hospital because of the virus, their family cannot be there. And this deep sense of isolation and being alone, and it's really tragic and heart-rending to watch. Today, in today's Torah reading, we continue to read about sacrifices. Interesting that the Hebrew word for sacrifice is karban, which comes from the word karev. Karev means to be close. It's about coming closer to God, being together with God, not being alone. It's also about being together with the priest. We bring gifts to the priest. It's about not being alone, but being together with others. And again, this is one of the tragedies and one of the great challenges of the times we live in, this sense of isolation that many people feel. And if anything, I think it's an opportunity for us to really recognize and understand what that means, to have that understanding of what it means for someone to be alone, so that we can have greater empathy and we can have a greater sense of understanding of the pain of loneliness. And each of us can maybe take a few moments every day, a few moments every week, to think of someone who might be lonely, someone who might be alone, and to reach out, to lift their spirits, to let them know you're thinking about them, and really in many ways to bring a tremendous amount of light and happiness into their life. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow.